Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for our webinar on review generation. Here at Noble Webworks, we are incorporating a new review generation platform into our service offerings. And today we have with us review specialist Paul Moody, who will be walking us through this platform and helping us discover the powerful influence that online reviews can have on your local SEO. And with that, I think we'll get started, and here's Paul.
All right. Thanks so much, Daryl. Yeah, and thanks everyone for joining us. I will go through this. Here's a quick agenda for our call today. I can't imagine this taking more than 30 minutes. We'll probably have you out here in 20, 30 minutes. And hopefully, at the very least, you'll learn something from today and see a new tool that down the road you may want to implement to start generating more reviews for your business. But a quick agenda for today. I'm going to speak really briefly to why online reputation matters for small businesses, the impact that online reviews can have on your business and your SEO. And then I'll hop over to a demonstration of our review generation platform that we're excited to share with you guys. And then finally, there's a place, if you have questions throughout, feel free to put those in. I will stop at the end of the webinar and address any questions that you guys may have and do a Q&A session for you there. But in order to get us those questions as an attendee, you are muted. So you'll need to utilize, there is a chat screen and a Q&A screen in your Zoom panel. So you'll just click on that and fill out that if you have a question that you'd like for us to address, and we'll get to that at the end of the webinar. So with that said, I'm going to hop right in. Online reviews and your local SEO. If you think about it today, the way people shop, it's all starting to happen online prior to them actually visiting your store, picking up the phone, calling your company. There's a study that came out recently that I'm going to be utilizing a lot of their stats on this webinar, but they found, it was through Bright Local, they found that 70% of research is being done online now prior to any consumer speaking to a salesperson, visiting a business, making a purchasing decision. And the way they're doing that, one of the most popular ways for researching online for that service or product that they need to see is through simply these best blank near me searches. Google is just a ginormous player in the online shopping habits of consumers, and consumers utilize that tool to find the best, whether it's sandwich shop near me to all the way to the best hotel to go to whenever I'm visiting Cancun, Mexico, and anything in between. And so it's critical for small businesses that you are showing up and that you're showing up with a really good reputation in those best blank near me searches. And the way you do that is really through increasing your online reviews. Because on the screen here today, the little screenshot I've got there as an example, you can see that when someone Googles that phrase, Google heavily prioritizes the review sites. They heavily prioritize their map pack and are very visible with their star ratings. So they show the stars, big, bright yellow stars, because they know that that's what consumers are looking for. And you'll also notice, move my mouse higher so you can see this, on those best near me searches, they prioritize, the default setting is 4 stars and above for those. So unless someone is savvy enough to say, oh, let me change that and show me all my star ratings, when people are looking for and doing their research online, Google knows how to just completely block you out if you don't have at least 4 stars. So it's critical for small businesses to not only have reviews, but to have great reviews and have them be above 4 stars. And that's what our generation tool is going to help you do. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Also, when it comes to online reviews and local businesses, a lot of businesses are still thankfully thriving off of what's known as, just word of mouth recommendations. This same study found that 80% of people who receive a word of mouth recommendation will still go online to check the reputation of that business. So even if you're a fully word of mouth type business, that's the majority of the business that you get, folks are still Googling and wanting to see your reputation. This is a true story, and this just happened last week. So I'm in the market for a new doctor's office. I need a general practitioner. And I was talking to my good friend, Josh. Him and I were roommates in college, have been friends for almost 25 years now. He says, hey, Paul, you got to use my guy. He sent me all his information and stuff. And as much as I trust Josh, I still, first thing I did, and it's not because I'm in this business, it was just a natural habit as a consumer, was like, okay, well, let me Google this guy, and started looking through the review sites and the Google reviews and stuff as well. So it really is critical, even if you're not an online business necessarily, it's critical that people are able to find your reputation online, and Google reviews are critical to that. Finally, last stat on this slide, and we'll move on. 85% of millennials, so one of the largest generations out there, buying generations right now, trust online reviews as much as a word of mouth recommendation. So it's crazy, but like with that, me shopping for the general practitioner, I really, want to go with my buddy Josh's recommendation, and I probably will. But it's just interesting to me that I still needed to hear a bunch of strangers' recommendations as well. So those online reviews are trusted by millennials, according to this study. A couple of other quick stats I want to get through that I think is critical, and you just sort of understanding how impactful this is for a small business. They've found that a company's online star rating is now shown to be the number one factor for consumers choosing your business, because 92% of consumers read online reviews. That's a staggering number. That's basically everyone. I would imagine the 8% of consumers that aren't reading the online reviews may be just the rare few that are holdouts that are not internet savvy yet. But it's just a staggering number that everyone's reading online reviews. So it's critical that you've got online reviews for people to find, but it's also critical that those reviews are current. That same study found 69% of consumers agree that a review needs to be written within the last couple of months for them to consider it to be a relevant review. So not only do you need a robust review presence, you need to have a current reviews coming in. So you need to be getting reviewed often. And finally, 40% of consumers will form an opinion after reading just the first 3 reviews. So those current reviews that you get coming in really do need to be positive, because people are inherently just lazy usually. Like, well, just give us the facts really quickly. We're not going to dig too deep. So those first 3 reviews, there's a lot of us that are just looking at those first 3 and say, okay, this is good enough and moving on. But if those latest reviews are in the negative, that can have a huge impact on someone potentially choosing you versus your competitor. So part of the problem that a lot of businesses face when it comes to reviews, however, is that the folks who tend to write reviews a lot of times tend to be on the negative side, meaning the organic reviews received a lot of times are just angry people who are wanting to be keyboard warriors, if you will, because consumers who've had a negative experience generally need very little motivation to go online and gripe and complain. They want to get it off their chest. They want to tell the world about it because they feel that they've been wronged. And these online review sites have almost been weaponized against businesses. On the flip side of that, the majority of your happy customers, they just won't go online to discuss their positive experience unless you ask them to, and you make it very simple for them to do so. They're happy to help out your business. They want to leave you a review. They just don't think to do it because they're happy and satisfied. So the motivation's not there. Over 70% of happy customers will only go online to speak positively about their experience if they're prompted to, and it's made simple for them to. So that's where this review generation tool comes in. There was a quote that I can't remember who said this, but they said someone who's had a good experience might tell 3 people versus someone who's had a negative experience might tell 3,000 people. So it's critical that we're getting those folks who had a good experience to write those reviews. So they're also telling 3,000 people. So that's where our platform comes in. I'm going to hop over and show you guys a demo of this new program that we're super excited to share with you. First off, how this thing works. We are big believers in automating as much as we can. So when I talk about asking and prompting for your clients to leave you an online review, and asking for that, a lot of you may be saying to yourselves, geez, yes, I know I need to be asking for reviews, but you're busy, you're up to your eyeballs swimming in what you do for a living, that sometimes you don't think to ask. So we are going to integrate with any business management system you use. We have an extensive list of integrations that'll work on this platform with a CRM, point of sale system. If you have a business management system, even an accounting tool like QuickBooks or a FreshBook, we can integrate with that to automate the process of soliciting for online reviews from your happy and satisfied clients. The way we do that is, I'll give you an example of what you're looking at on the screen here. This is a property management company. They have a system that they utilize that anytime that they utilize to manage their business. And with this system, we've got an integration that allows us to pull the information of any customer or a new tenant that moves into one of their properties. That's a trigger to send out a review request that looks like what you see on the screen here. It can also be done for this specific one. It can be done on a maintenance request. Somebody had a leaky faucet and the janitor or whoever came out and fixed it for them. That's a good time, strategic time to send out a review request. So we will create a customized integration on that if necessary for your specific system. And these review requests go out automatically via text as well as via email. They're customizable, of course, with your logo, colors, which review sites you want to send them to. We highly recommend Google, obviously, because that's what we're really focused on for you guys as your local SEO, especially on Google. So highly recommend Google, but you can also solicit reviews for other review sites if you'd like. But the key is it goes out automatically, and it goes out as part of a campaign, because sometimes people are on the go, they'll get the text, they don't think about doing it then. If they haven't clicked through, we've got it set to automatically send a reminder after a couple of business days. And if they still haven't clicked through after that, we'll send one final reminder. That is customizable for your business. If you only want to send one reminder, you don't want to send any reminders, it's completely customizable for how you want to do it. And we set all of that up for you. Now, this big red button at the bottom, I always like to point this out. We have a lot of clients on this platform that will say, hey, I don't know if I want to encourage some people to leave me a review. What if I get a negative review? Well, I say two things to that. One, if you're not soliciting for reviews, you're at risk of getting those negative reviews anyway, because of what I mentioned earlier with folks who've had a negative experience needing very little motivation to go online. Two, it's all about providing an avenue or a channel for someone who's had that negative experience, a place to go. And we've found about 80% of the time when you ask it in this way, hey, your experience wasn't great, we want to make it right, contact us here. About 80% of the time, folks who've had a negative experience will actually click this button. And that takes them to this page to where they can still say their piece, still give you that critical feedback. So you're aware of that feedback, but it doesn't have to happen on a public forum like Google or Facebook or wherever. This feature is really all about helping you mitigate some of those public negative feedback and providing that avenue, providing that channel for someone to get it off their chest without it becoming a weapon towards your business. It's more now just a place for them to actually give you the feedback and you can take action on. So that big red button is a key feature of this review request that goes out automatically. Now, anytime a review gets written, whether we solicited it for you or not, you are going to be alerted that a review gets written automatically. We can set you up for a text alert and an email alert, one or the other, and or to where if a review is written, whether it was solicited or not, you are automatically aware anytime that is written. And it's not just for Google. We are monitoring for you over 180 different review sites. So there's Google, Facebook, of course, there's Better Business Bureau, there's the industry specific pages. If you're in the hotel industry, you got to be paying attention to Expedia and TripAdvisor and things like that. If you're in the real estate industry, you got to be looking at Airbnb and Zillow. And if you're in the property management, you got to be on apartments.com and all these different places. We are monitoring all of that for you in one spot. So no longer having to check the whole web to say, hey, did I get a review? You've got one place to look at that. We also make it very simple to actually respond to your reviews. When it comes to your local SEO, Google, yes, of course, wants to see that you're have reviews, have a positive star rating, the average star rating on reviews, that you've got them coming in consistently and that you've got them coming in currently, but they also want to see that you're engaging with those reviews. So responding to the reviews is almost as critical as the review itself. These reviews are chocked full of keywords because they're about your business. So therefore, the responses can also be chocked full of keywords that will impact your local SEO. However, we also understand that you might be busy and might not be thinking about going online and responding to all these reviews. So while we make it very simple from one place to respond manually to your reviews, we also provide you with response templates that you can just copy and paste. They're smart templates that have that will pull the data for the reviewer's first name, your business name, the business phone number, things like that. But even better, we can set it up for automatic responses. So we've got up to 50 different templates. We set all of this up for you. And you can, of course, write more templates or write different templates, edit the templates. But we've got, you'll see some of these on here that these folks are using. They're smart templates. They go out automatically without the owner having to think about it. And you can tell that they actually don't look like a robot is actually responding. And then you can also, of course, manually respond or go in and edit those responses. But if you think about, if a 5-star review comes in on Google, then respond with one of these 10 different templates. If a 4-star review, then respond with one of these 10 different templates. And it'll filter through those templates so it doesn't look like a robot's doing it. Finally, a couple of other things. We want to make certain as many eyeballs as possible are landing on your positive reviews. So we are going to automatically market your best reviews for you. So we will hook in through your social media pages, your Facebook feed, your Twitter feed, as well as on your website, the ability to automatically have these 4 and 5-star reviews flow into those platforms. So if I wrote you a Google review today, and it's a 5-star Google review, not only is it going to show up on Google, we're going to have it automatically shared on your Facebook feed, on your Twitter feed, and on your website. You can see what the website's, then this is customizable if you'd like a badge or a banner, or of course a scrolling feed. These reviews just automatically flow over onto your website as well. So it's really getting your positive reviews out there to where a lot of people can actually see those reviews. Couple of other things, you might have a backlist of customers that you'd like to send review requests to that might not be just like an automated flow. Perhaps you just want to do manual campaigns of reviews. You absolutely have the ability to bulk upload contacts, and we will send out a review request campaign over time to your backlist of customers so you can start getting those reviews from them. And it'll be over time, not in one foul swoop. You don't want to send, I highly recommend if you're going to start asking for reviews, whether you use this platform or not, you don't want to send them out all in the same day. You want it to be over time because Google doesn't like it when you dump a whole bunch of reviews in one day. They'd rather see them coming over time. So we'll do that for you. And also through the smartphone app or through here, if you just got off the phone with a customer, just had a great interaction with a customer, and we're like, man, I really don't want to forget to send them a review request. You can also easily hit the paper plane button on the smartphone app or through here, put in their info, hit send, and it'll text and email the review request as well. Finally, the last thing I want to point out is this review microsite. So all of the clients on this platform actually also get their own SEO optimized review microsite. This is a site that is going to take all of the reviews from across the web and dump them onto one page. And we are going to index all of these reviews for keywords. So this page here, this is going to help boost what's known as off the page SEO, meaning this is not a replacement of your website by any means, but this is just another place where people can see your brand, get redirected to your main core website and find you online. And it's a big boost for your SEO because these reviews, when you start dumping all the reviews from any of the 180 review sites that we're monitoring for you in one spot and index those for keywords, Google sees all of that and they're flowing into here automatically with fresh content. So it's what's known as off the page SEO, which is different than on the page SEO, which, as you know, is boosting your actual link to get people to your link. So this is off the page SEO, where someone might find it because Google heavily prioritizes review sites. They might get to here first and then make it over to your site. But you'll also have this. And then this, what's cool about this page too, is this is actually its own review site. So people can also come here, leave reviews directly on this page, write reviews directly on this page as well. And if, of course, if it's a 4 or 5 star review that's written on this page, it's also going to share to your Facebook feed, your Twitter feed, etc., and your website. And then finally, we provide you with your own unique URLs. So if you need to hyperlink in your email signature, leave us a review button, you can do that. If you want a QR code to hyperlink to a review link, we can do that for you as well. So with that said, there's of course also robust reporting and analytics that you can dive into with this as well. We'll be tracking your Google listings reports, your Facebook listings reports to see how traffic is done. So you're able to log in and see this type of information all in one dashboard as well. So it's a really robust, comprehensive system for tracking your online reputation and where you're at. And you can see how it can affect your Google listings. With that said, now, I know that was a ton of information. You may have questions. If you do, please feel free to dump them into the Q&A chat or the chat bot on your Zoom link. We're happy to answer any questions that you have. But hopefully that was educational for you. I'm not seeing any questions coming in right away, but we'll stick around for a little while here. And Daryl, I don't know if you have anything to add at the end here. Otherwise, we'll be wrapping up fairly shortly.
Yes, I do. So thank you very much, Paul. I appreciate the presentation today. And I also wanted to make mention of the pricing that we have for those who attend this webinar for the month of January. Our regular price for this platform is $249 per month, but we're offering a 20% off pricing for those people for $199 per month. So I just wanted to make mention of that.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that's great too, because this is for as robust of a price point you get for what you get with this. It's a really aggressive price. I know there are obviously competitors out there that we've run into that are, $300, $400, up to $700 a month. So the fact that we're doing a 20% discount before for the end of the year, or excuse me, the end of the year, the end of January, I think that's a really good time to take advantage of this. Bruce Wingate says, nicely done. I appreciate that, Bruce.
I do have another question for you, Paul.
Sure.
Does the platform also track your review score over time?
Absolutely. Yes. So in the reportings tab, there is a pretty robust reporting thing. So you can see how you've trended every month and into all the way into years past. So if you start noticing that, oh, geez, why did I fall off in December? Why was that average star rating for December way less than my average star rating in January? You can start drilling in and just see the reviews from December and sort of compare back and forth. So there's a pretty robust reporting platform. All right, I think the participants are dropping off. I don't have anything else, Daryl. If you don't, we are going to record this. So I'll send this out to everyone as well, so you can reference this as we go forward. But
All
Daryl,
right.
do you have anything else? If not,
No,
I'll.
I think that's it. Thank you so much, Paul.
Okay. Thanks, everyone. Y'all have a great day.